I read a quote that said, "Time is going to pass anyway. Whether you spend it how you want or let it slip by. The question is, will you look back and wonder where it went?"
What's up, everybody? And we're back. Haven't shot an episode in a few months, and the reason I'm here is because the clip you just saw. I've been seeing like a lot of videos, and just I'm like, yo, I feel like I'm missing, what I used to work on. As you can see, me and my bro, he's not here right now. Well, he's alive. I'm not saying he's not alive. I'm just saying he's on a little break. Real life situations he's working on, and just like his head was not on the show, which is all right. I get it. And, when he said I need a break, I'm like, all right, yeah, sure. I'll just I'll just work on some other projects. It's no big deal. And I am working on those other projects, but it didn't have that feel that I have here. Here this show is like, look, I'm a rookie. I'm not great at it yet. It's a process. I don't have all the views in the world, all the subs in the world, but it's like, I love it. It's meant to be a hangout. It is just who I really am. I'm always looking at these sort of videos, and I'm just like, yo, you heard what happened? Oh, what if this is real and this isn't? You believe in UFOs, etc. So it's just like, it is just who I am, and it's just like, the fact that it's real is something I can do and share with the world, and show others who are just like me. You can hang out with me. It's just beautiful. So I missed it. I'm like, yo, even if it's just me, I need to do episodes. I need to feel like I'm back on the mission. Anyways, being me only, it's not the same. Obviously, it's just like, it's a little bit awkward. But I'm splitting the show up into segments. The first segment will be, some viral sort of news that you might have heard of on social media. And the second segment is, the bread and butter of the show. So in the first clip, we have, Diddy's assistant. I'm laughing because it's such a bizarre situation. And it's just like, it's sad. I feel sad for these, employees looking to work in music or in Hollywood. And this is what happens. Imagine it's what you want in this world, and you're just, building your way up. And then you're hired by some fucking monster, and who just like, you know what? Let's just watch the clip. And we gonna see.
You got me.
Diddy's former assistant in tears, in pain.
I think my life changed a lot, and I've never really recovered from it.
On the record for the first time about the one time he says Diddy ordered him to prove his allegiance with sex.
It's okay. Take your time.
I remember hearing the words, "Prove your loyalty to me, King."
Phil Pines, who was Diddy's senior executive assistant from 2019 to 2021, revealing to journalist Mara Escampo details of the night he says Sean Combs coerced him into having sex with a woman at an out-of-control sex party.
I saw how angry and upset he could get from the most simplest thing. And I just thought to myself, if I don't do this, I don't know what's gonna happen. This has all been a very psychological, emotional roller coaster for me.
The graphic details were first revealed in this 32-page lawsuit Phil filed on Christmas Eve, but his tell-all in the fall of Diddy is the first time he had spoken publicly about his claims.
Say it, power to the people. Power to the people.
He's a predator. And I mean that in a sexually charged way. I mean that in a manipulation way.
Let's give it up for ourselves.
He has an innate ability to make you feel comfortable and to make you do things for him that you would never do.
And that included procuring items for Diddy's so-called freak-offs.
Freak-offs sometimes lasted days at a time.
Alcohol, marijuana, ketamine, baby oil, and Astroglide were very important. Candles, incense. Obviously, there was, male libido supplements, stuff like that.
And in addition to photos of those alleged party favors, Phil revealed voice messages from Diddy himself for what he knew as Wild King nights.
Phil, I need some Cialis.
Give me 20 Xanax, please.
Hey, Phil, I need a plan B.
I need 10 Adderall. And Phil, do we have any more chocolates? Because she's going to need a chocolate in a minute.
It was up to Phil and the team to scramble and put together what Diddy required for these Wild King nights.
Did Phil tell you it was also triggering now to see that?
Phil says that Diddy used so much baby oil during these events that he would often have to go provide him more bottles because he would run out in the middle of the events. And he did say that to this day,
The smell of baby oil is just something that, I don't ever want to have to smell again.
This is my soul sister right here.
Phil also provided this home video of Diddy with his chief of staff, Christina Coram, described in one lawsuit as the Ghislaine Maxwell to Sean Combs' Jeffrey Epstein. Phil has texts from Christina describing what Diddy desired for those parties.
Did you ever see Diddy engaging in sexual activity?
I wouldn't see him engaging, but I would see him directing. He's usually the one filming, from my experience. You were instructed to scrub these things, delete any photos and videos that might be on these devices. That was my job, is to shield his private life from the public.
Did Phil explain why he's speaking out now?
that he was asked to testify before the grand jury. And I think that's why a lot of people have felt comfortable coming forward now. There is safety in numbers.
I'm hoping my story and my truth can help others.
Oh man, yo, where do I even begin? Prove your loyalty to him by having sex? What sort of workforce? I never in my life imagined, like we've heard of freaky shit happening at work, where the manager is sleeping with an employee or a few employees, whatever it is. We've all heard that employee is sleeping with employee, but but this is not the same. Prove your loyalty. This is how you prove your loyalty. Is not show up early. Is not do the work right. Great work is just what? Huh? It's just such a the rich lived. It is bizarre life because it's not normal. I mean, it's another level of normal. I'm sure there are more than one normal. If you have money or not. But you talking about? I saw this clip of him at 7 a.m. Party was not over yet. At 7 a.m., when most of the world is waking up for work or whatever, is in the midst of action, and it wasn't even near over, How do you have so much energy, so much sex drive? Who's this horny? It's just hard to it's just hard to imagine all this. He ran out of baby oil. We heard how many he has, and he ran out. How much is he using? It's how slippery. I don't even know what it's hard to fathom, and you have to clean up the rooms as well. I saw this clip. I'm not sure if it was in this clip, and they were explaining everything. But he said, him and the woman, whatever, would help clean the room up. The room has used rubbers, blood, semen all over the place. The shower filled with lube almost, and just I mean, look. First of all, you use a rubber. It don't matter how how much money you have. use the garbage, man. Who the hell just uses it and just like, oh, all right. And man, like blood everywhere. No, nah, man. This is just like, I don't know. I don't know. And just like, he's always high. He's always drunk. It's pretty sickening. And last but not least, there was one clip. I don't have it. I don't know where it is, but I also believe it's him. He said that like and they were having like a house meeting or whatever, and Diddy's like, "Yo, let's have this in the shower," and they're like, "All right." He's like, "Yo, yeah, follow me," and they're all like in the restroom, and just like he just gets naked, drops his clothes, and like all of a sudden the assistant said he found himself with like his ass being grabbed and shit. I'm like, well, hold on. You found yourself. What does that mean? You found yourself, like you, like, as in like you don't know what happened in between. Like, did you like walk in the shower or something and just like he was great? This is just insane, man. You know, he has some loyal freaking fans also, because I've been reading like under like reels, everyone's saying, yo, free him, because what is wrong with like grown adults having sex, It's consensual. My man, it's not like the grown adults having sex. Yes, that's whatever. It's when you first of all, he drugs people. Second of all, we know that. Second of all, as you can see, he's sitting on his employees. Really? Shower meetings? And allegedly there's youngins at these freak offs. I don't know, but it is what they say. But anyways, yeah, let's move. Yeah, let's just move on, because this is just wild. This is just sickening. And yeah, lock them up, bro. Like, these freaking millionaires even feel like they run the world, and in a sense they do, And this is what's wild, because it's like let's say you work for him, and he says, "Yo, do this and do that." You say no, like he's evil, and he got money, and he's plugged up. His police officers, like law enforcement, every freaking agency. Like, yo, he could mess your life up, or worse. So it's just like, it's a crazy situation. But anyways, so about 7 years or so back, I had a shoot in Miami. It was me and my homie. Like, we were shooting like a few models and some rapper in some loft or whatever. It's a nice place and everything. It was a little bit awkward. You know how it is being around rappers. Well, I'm not sure if you do or don't, but rappers act like they're all that. Some rappers be on their hood shit. It's like weird environment. Like, I don't really like it, but it was whatever. It's money's money. One of the rappers he rapped with Soulja Boy. I think Arab. I think is the name. I'll show you a photo here, and the models, and like a few other rappers. And one of the rappers, he seemed pretty normal, like normal hood dude. And we just had to shoot, and then I never heard from him or saw him till last year. A few months ago, my homie sends me a clip He's like, yo, look at this clip. This is interesting. He sent me a clip of, like a rapper saying, of how he sold his soul and how it happened and whatever. And I'm looking at it. I'm like, yo, I know him. Well, I don't know him, but I've met him. I'm looking at my phone. I'm looking for like a photo shoot I had, and I'm like, yo, that's him. Wow, this is really insane. But anyways, yeah. Here I have a short interview. What's a little long actually, of him and how he sold his soul. What happened in his life and how he found the Lord and he broke out of it. So let's hop right in, and this is interesting. Let's do this.
What I want to ask is, like, did you come to a point where you were like, okay, I'm going to ask the devil for something, or I'm going to, become a Satanist to get what I want? How did you get to a place where you just, got into that space where you're like, okay, I'm going to take this route?
Mm. Okay, well, it starts off as you get to a place in your mind, like, you know what, school not working out for me, the job not working out for me, things are not just going my way, and then you begin to want it to take it up in your own hands, like, what do I have to do to make things prosper? And at this moment, I'm not leaning on the Lord at all, actually. I'm trying to figure it out my way, and I had a very I would say, wicked lifestyle growing up, even going to high school or even being in middle school. I was already kind of into that stuff. So now it got to the point where I had nowhere to stay. I was making music. I was out house.
Yeah, that's never the answer. If you're having a hard life, yeah, that's not it. That'll really make it much worse. Like at the end. But yeah, let's move on.
I got drugs. I don't even have food actually, but somehow I have drugs to continue to get this level. And I began to just become more supernatural. I began to start fasting. Like, I had no choice but to fast anyway, and just fasting away from food. And I began to just do the drugs, and just my mind began to change. And I said, you know what? I need to get this done. It doesn't matter what it takes. I'm desperate enough to do what I have to do. So now it's like, okay, I'm no longer thinking about who the Lord is. I'm just like, okay, Satan, where are you? Where are you? How can I find you? And what do I need to do to serve you? And that was my mindset. But you get there. When you get to that point, it's because you are desperate. It's because nothing else is working out for you. And minding me, nothing isn't working out for me because God wants me. But I don't see that yet. I'm thinking that it's not working out for me because ultimately that, you know what, if it's not working out for me, let me go be with Satan. Let me go all the way in. Let me go do my purpose, or his purpose that he has for my life, his plan that he has for my life. This is what I want.
And I just want to show a clip of one of your old shows so people can get a gist of what you actually mean. Because when we're saying that Dennis was in that life, okay, he was most definitely in that life. So let's just play this. First, I want to play a clip of one of your videos, then we're going to play a clip of one of your concerts.
Okay.
Just so people can get an understanding on what God pulled this man out of.
Amen.
Hallelujah. Let's check this out.
Okay, I hear voices in my head right now. They telling me to kill myself right now. I feel sorry right now. Right now, okay, I'm taking your mind, extortion. Okay. That boy said I said extortion. That boy said I said. That boy said. Shut up.
Okay, clearly you can see.
Yo,
Look at you in the background right here,
bro.
That's a complete different person than who I'm sitting next to right now.
Yes.
Even in the beginning right here, the different symbolism, all kind of just crazy stuff, man. And I want to check out one of the concerts as well before we get back into the whole situation. Check this out.
Put down for him. Take it back a little bit.
So this is a manifestation.
Yes. Look at it. Wait. I think it's before. Okay, right here. See that?
Oh.
Yeah, it's a demonic manifestation right
wow.
there. It's a serpent. That's a serpent tongue.
Wow. So you were filled.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I was definitely filled with, not the Holy Ghost, but I was definitely filled with
a different
ghost.
Spirit.
Yes. I was filled with a ghost, though.
Filled with a different spirit right here.
Correct.
So people really be possessed in these situations.
Yeah, for sure.
Wow. Intense.
Oh, look. Down on the floor. Look, what is he drawing on the floor? On the floor.
He's drawing a pentagram on the floor.
Yo, you saw those shows, like, how they're all just, like, lit? Like, it's just all... But it's like you don't realize what's happening, like, behind the scenes. I mean, look, like you know, it seems like it's all music, you know, and alcohol, it's loud music, is lit. But he knows what's happening, and he was in it. This is him. Like, you know, it's not just him, like, oh, okay, maybe. Like, he said, this is what's happening. Yeah. Oh, man, it's fucking dark.
Not forget that my father was my father was in this lifestyle. My father was in this satanic, demonic, wicked lifestyle as well too. So growing up, you know, he wasn't at home. So when I would go see him, it's like, hey, I'm a kid. This is my father. This is what I'm influenced by. I want to be just like him. We have the same name. We look exactly alike. Like we look exactly alike. And I'm the third and he's junior. So now it's like, okay, where's my dad? I want to be like him. And then he began to show me Gucci Man. He began to show me Young Jeezy. He began to, he would give me a little drink at a young age. He would show me a come by the house at a young age. And I didn't fully understand it at first, like, is this my father or this is Satan?
Right.
But eventually I started to realize, wait a minute, this is Satan talking to me. Wow. And I would go in the back room all the time, and then Satan would come. I would talk to my dad, and he would just twist my mind up. He would work on my mind, and I would leave that place even more wicked. Every time I went back and forth, leaving it more wicked. So ultimately, my dad was the one that definitely introduced me to it. So I was kind of familiar with it.
It was something that you told me a little earlier, brother. You said that you used to levitate, you know, and pop up on people and things like that. Can you capitalize off of that?
Yeah, so I was in the back room, and if you know, everybody know this is at the extortion gang house. Like everybody know when you come through this house is the gates of hell. Like before you even come through the gates, you're gonna know, like, hold on, wait, this is hell we're about to step into. That's how demonic that my father had it, and then that's how I stepped in and amplified it. Like people would come to my house and they would try to come through the door. I had to duck their head because there was a gate pointing up. My dad, like, this is the gates of hell. You better walk in here correctly. So they would come through the door. I would have men come over, and everybody knew who my dad was. They didn't have to meet him. They knew who he was. Wow. They knew, like, oh, this is Satan. This is Satan. This is Satan. But I didn't know. So now he's branded me as Satan Jr. So now I'm Satan Jr. Wow. So now I have these powers now. And one of them, for example, like I told you, was if you came in my back room and I didn't know you were coming, I would be sleeping in my bed. And as soon as you open the door, like my body would jump up off the bed and levitate. And I would jump on the floor instantly.
That's a creepy ass house.
And I would look at you like, what you in here for? Wow. Wow. Like a vampire. You ever seen a vampire in the movies where they just come out of bed?
Right. Wow. That's intense. I wanted to ask you too, because you know you used to be filled with a different spirit, you know, a demonic spirit and things like that. And you said in your song that you would hear voices and you would hear demons. What are some things that they would tell you and they would, you know, whisper to you and talk to you about?
Oh, okay. Well, you're not good enough. Kill yourself. There's nothing left for you. You have no hope. God doesn't love you. You're going to hell. You know, continue to do drugs. Continue to get high. Continue to live the life that you're living, that you're going to prosper. You're going to make it. They were basically influencing the bad life ultimately to push me towards my demise, my ending point.
Right.
And yeah, all of that is not real, and it happens with like it's almost normal. Like it shouldn't be, but it is normal. Like, you know, in our heads, we always have like a small voice that's saying, "But it's not for you," and it might not be, but like there are moments where it's just, "Oh man, shit, you suck at this. It is not for you. You ain't shit. You're not worth it. You're not smart. You'll never make it." All of that, you shouldn't listen to that, man. It's not right. It is evil, you know? So, yeah.
As deep as you can go, in the dark hole, under the dark cloud. Because there's a lot of people who think that they're down here, they've done something that they can't get out of, but you were down, as deep as you can go as far as the spiritual realm.
Correct.
Right? Even down to being Satan's son, or making you think that you were his son. How does that turn around, brother? How do you get to a point where that turns around? Tell us more about you actually meeting God.
Oh, okay. Well, first and foremost, I didn't meet a pastor, so let me just put that out there. So for people who say you have to meet a pastor to meet God, that is a lie. All God needs is a vessel that is surrendered to him, and he will use that person.
Wow.
And, you know, doesn't mean that you continue to look at that person as God. God just used that person for you to know he's real so you can find him yourself. So, for example, I'm leaving the house, you know, I feel like my breath is leaving me. Like I'm being choked out. It's like a serpent choking me out. I can't breathe. I'm like, that was my time to die.
Wow.
Everything Satan told me, I'm going to kill you. I'm going to take, you know, where you're going, you're not going to breathe. Now what's happening to me? So now I'm being choked out. I said, reach out to my brother, my family member. I said, I know he's in church. Where is he? So happened is I'm feeling this serpent choking me out. I'm by my brother's house. I stay in Miami. My brother stays in Sunrise. So happened I'm by his house.
Wow.
So I leave, and I'm walking towards him. As I'm walking towards him, I can feel the life leaving my body. I can feel it like, well, it's getting darker and darker and darker. I'm getting like on my last few breaths. That's what it was. And then he sees me. He said, I know what this is. So ultimately, my brother seen me, and he grabbed the anointing oil, and he laid his hands on me.
Wow.
But when he laid his hands on me, it wasn't regular. I felt that the
devil was coming to collect.
He was coming to collect. But it's like the Lord stepped in, and the Lord came to collect as well too.
Wow.
So the devil was coming to collect because ultimately I had to fulfill my end of the bargain.
Wow.
So, matter of fact, he sent his minions to me and said, hey, it's either you're going to go to the industry and sign a contract, or you're going to stay in the trap house. So they were trying to say, nah, go to Atlantic Records, go to this place, go to that place. What are you going to do? Go to these places. You're going to be known there.
Wow.
But I started waking up. So now as I'm waking up, take his life. So now, yes, take his life. He's waking up. He's getting up. He's spiritually waking up. His eyes are opening again. Take his life. So now,
make sure he's speaking to mic too, bro.
So now, his eyes are opening. He's seeing again. He's hearing again. Get him out of there. Before this happens, before this interview happens right now, before he's able to expose my agenda, expose my camp, expose how I am, expose how I do things, take him out. But here I am, walking to the Lord actually. My brother lays his hands on me, and it felt like I got electrocuted.
Wow.
Like, it was like one hand, and after that, I can begin to see the darkness come out my mouth.
Wow.
It was coming out. fast, like, and I was feeling like a electricity and a vibration, the highest one, like a high one, like okay, something's happening to me right now. And I look at my brother's eyes and say, who is this? And he says, it's Jesus. I'm thrown now. Because now I know I'm having a face-to-face encounter with the Lord. I know he's touching me. This is not even my brother at this point. So I said, okay, was I ever going to hell? And he said, no. So now I'm crying because he's talking to me. I said, okay, I'm not going to hell. I said, so where's my brother? Your brother's in heaven, the one who passed away. Now I'm really like, whoa. Whoa, okay. And then after that encounter, I knew I encountered the Lord. And after that, it's like my soul went from being so dark to being innocent again.
Wow.
Even if you pinch me, I will cry. Yes,
most of the main people you see in the industry right now,
all of them.
That's exactly what they're doing. But then there's a time where the devil comes to collect your soul.
Yes, correct.
Right? So I want to ask this, bro. Actually, let me ask you this. Because you said that you were close to XXXTentacion. You knew him.
Yes.
And there was a time in his life, around the end of his life, where he started talking a lot of positivity. You get what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that there was a pull on him around that time, and the reason why he started talking like that? And do you think what do you think that was for? Because he got to a certain plateau where he stepped into it completely. You know, as far as the contracts, as far as where the devil was trying to get you to go.
Yeah.
You know, but then he started getting pulled while he was in there. You know, do you think that the Lord may have been talking to him and pulling him, you know, at that time as well?
I definitely believe he had a realization of everything he did. And then you can hear in one of his songs, he was like,
wow,
I hope it's not too late for me. I pray the Lord my soul to keep. Like he's putting it in the music now. Now he's like, whoa. I put out all this darkness through trauma, through being hurt, through being rejected, through being despised my whole life. And now, wait a minute. He wakes up like something has to change. So obviously when you put out so much of that darkness, now obviously you're trying to counteract it by doing what? Spreading positivity.
Right.
But it's like this darkness is like, hey, no, wait a minute. No.
Right.
You saw what you did to the masses. You saw what you did to their souls. Now it's time for us to comfort your soul. But I honestly believe that for him to wake up like that and have a realization of what he was doing, I believe he wanted that.
Whew. Man, yeah, that's heavy. But that's beautiful though, man. As you can see, like I've met him, and just like as you heard everything he said and you saw the videos, you saw a glimpse of what he was like before to who he is now, you know, someone who's with the Lord. So it's really like a miracle. And you know, it goes to show like it's never late. You know what I'm saying? Like you could always find your way back. I'm not someone who usually preaches religion, but like I am religious, and just like, you know, I don't like pushing people on it, but you know, if necessary, it's necessary. And yeah, it's never worth it, you know, no matter what's happening in your life, something like that, selling your soul, it's not equal. I remember something happened last year. I mentioned it on the show, but an older episode. I'm not sure which episode. If you've heard it before, I'm sorry. If you haven't, or you're new here, I'm about to say it again. So I was having like a rough moment in life. And mind you, like I was like unemployed for a while. I was looking for work, applied to hundreds of jobs, hundreds, like when I mean hundreds, I say hundreds, and just like nothing. And it's just, you know, it gets really demoralizing because it feels like no one wants you, like you're not worth it and shit. So it's almost like him in a sense, you know, it's like, you know, nothing was working out, you know? And one night, it was around 11 o'clock. I was applying for jobs, and I randomly just got really emotional. I just like, man, fuck this. I closed my laptop, and I shut the lights off, and lay down, and I fall asleep. And in the dream, I was in this room. All the lights were off. The walls were actually red. And in the dream, there was like some sort of booklet or whatever, and a light shining on it. And there was something. I just heard like a force sort of whispering in my ear, sign, and you'll have whatever you want. Sign. And I'm like, what? And then I hear like another voice, like sort of like on the other side, weird. And it's saying, no, you'll be all right. Don't sign. And I snapped awake, and I was sweating. I'm like, I was looking around the room. I'm like, what the hell? So since I was up, I just used the restroom for a second, and I lay down. All right, I lay down, and just like there's a force on me, like a heaviness, and I am awake. I was awake because I used the restroom. I know that, and I also have messages I could show you where I hit my friend up once it was all over. Evidence. This was not in my head. I was actually awake. So like I said, a weight was like on me, and it didn't really click at first. But I'm like, what the hell is going on right now? So it gets heavier and heavier, and I'm like, okay, let me just pray. So as I was in the midst of saying something, Lord Jesus, it wouldn't let me say Jesus. And I've heard this before, like on social media, someone else saying this where it wouldn't let him or her say Jesus. So this happened afterwards, where like I know this now. Like I was like, and when I was not able to say Jesus, my heart was racing, because I'm like, oh no, hold up, what is this? I'm saying but I'm like, I gotta say. I just said Jesus. Once I said that, weight lifted, and I shot up, and I'm like, yo, I had my friend up. I'm like, yo, man, you won't believe what just happened. And I don't even say this a lot because it sounds like so magical. Like, man, he was sleeping. That's this nonsense. But it's like, some who are not believers just won't believe. Like, this shit really happens. You know, it happens all around the world. We like the supernatural is real. But yeah, nothing happened. Like, no matter what is happening in your life, how shitty it is, how much you fail, like, that is not the route you want. But yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna wrap it up here. I hope you enjoyed the episode. I'm happy to be back. Please like, subscribe, show some love. And yeah, let's grow the community. I feel, I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to be back and doing episodes. Like my life. If I'm right or wrong, I don't know, but it's like I'm heading the right way. I'm hoping so. But anyways, I'll see you guys.